Paschatya Deshatari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8. We are on chapter 7. Does anyone remember what we are reading? So,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All the demigods and everybody went to Sadashiv because the halahal had come out, the poison had come out, and they were praying to Sadashiv that to help them. So they were offering the prayers and they went to Kailash.
Yeah, so in this connection, actually, I have a question. I was thinking why they would go to Lord Sadashiva. Why not go to Lord Shiva, who's within the universe? Why would they need to go to?
Because what we have read according to that Lord Sadashiv was the Shaktiavesh avatar of Lord Vishnu.
Yeah.
And he was like, because it's written there that the materially he was in this material world, he was like by his glance, by his help also Vishnu ji created everything, right? It's written there that
Lord Shiva carries the glance of Lord Vishnu.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lord Shiva carries the glance of Lord Vishnu in which all the living entities are there, and that's how he impregnates the material energy with us living entities.
Mm,
But let's read
mm,
on actually, because I'm
yeah.
thinking, is it like really, why would they need to go out of the universe? You know, they, let's see, read on. Like, is it the Lord
Okay.
Shiva within the universe that they have visited? Or is it the
The
Lord
Sadashiv.
Sadashiv that they have
Oh,
gone to? Okay,
okay. Yeah,
okay,
okay.
yeah, thank you, thank you. So, text 29. Mukhani panchopanishadastamesha
Mukhani panchopanishadatavisha
yastrim shad asotaramatra varkaha
यत्री शतौ अष्टौ उत्तरमात्रवर्गः
yatachivakyam paramatmatattvam
यत् शिवाख्यं परमात्मतत्त्वम्
deva swayam jyotir avasthiti
देवे स्वयं ज्योतिरवस्थितस्ते.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Lord, the 5 important Vedic mantras are represented by your 5 faces, from which the 38 most celebrated Vedic mantras have been generated. Your Lordship, being celebrated as Lord Shiva, is fully illuminated. You are directly situated as the Supreme Truth, known as Paramatma. Lord Shiva has 5 faces. Lord Brahma has 4, no? Lord Shiva has 5. And with all the 5 faces, he's singing the glories of Lord Rama. So the 5 mantras mentioned in this connection are as follows: Purusha, Aghora, Satyojat, Vamadev, and Ishana. These 5 mantras are within the category of 38 special Vedic mantras chanted by Lord Shiva, who is therefore celebrated as Shiva or Mahadev. Another reason why Lord Shiva is called Shiva, which means all auspicious, is that he self-illuminated exactly like Lord Vishnu, who is the Paramatma, because Lord Shiva is directly an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. He is situated as Lord Vishnu's direct representative. So, as we have been hearing, yesterday also we heard that Lord Shiva is representing Lord Vishnu. He's an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And so that's the reason the demigods are glorifying him in this way. This fact is corroborated by a Vedic mantra Patim Vishva Vishvas Yatmeshwaram Shaswatam Shivam Achyutam. The supersoul is called by many names, of which Maheshwar, Shiva, and Achyuta are especially mentioned. So the demigods are continuing the glorification of Lord Shiva, all auspicious. Lord Shiva is also called all auspicious. Lord Shiva is celebrated as Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He's the best Vaishnav. He's the greatest Vaishnav. Chayatva Adhar Murmishu Yer Visargo
Chaya tu adharma urmishu ye visargo
Netra Trayam Sad Parajas Tamamse.
netra trayam satvarajastamamsi
Sankhyaatmana Shastra Kritastaveksha
Sankhya atmana shastakrita taviksha
Chando Mayodeva Rishi Puranaha.
Chando mayo deva rishihi puranaha.
O Lord, your shadow is seen in irreligion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. The three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are your three eyes. All the Vedic literatures, which are full of verses, are emanations from you because their compilers wrote the various scriptures after receiving your glance. So again, as Lord Shiva is representing Lord Vishnu here, so as we say, Maya is the shadow of Krishna, at the back of Krishna. That's where irreligion is. Krishna is the controller of the three modes of nature. The Vedas emanate from the breathing of Lord Krishna. Nate Giritra Lokapala
Nate Gitra Lokpala
Virincha Vaikuntha Surendra Gamya.
Virin Vaikunta Surendra Gamyam
Jyoti Param Yatra Rajastamascha
Jyotihi Param Yatra Rajatastava
Satvam Nayat Brahmanirastabhedam.
Sattvam Nayad Brahmanirastabhedam.
O Lord Girisha, since the impersonal Brahman effulgence is transcendental to the material mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, the various directors of this material world certainly cannot appreciate it or even know where it is. It is not understandable, even to Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or the King of Heaven, Mahendra. Purport: the Brahma Jyoti is actually the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.40. Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagatanda Koti Kotishva Ashesha Vasudhadi Vibhuti Bhinna Tad Brahma Nishkalam Ananta Ashesha Bhutam Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Our Shri Govinda, the Pramable Lord, who is endowed with great power, The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences and millions of universes. So here Prabhupada, so that we don't get confused, Prabhupada is quoting Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma, where Lord Brahma is very clearly telling us where is this Brahman coming from. The Brahman is the effulgence coming from the form of Lord Krishna, transcendental form of Krishna. So this is the Brahman is the spiritual sky. In this spiritual sky, there are so many planets, millions and millions of universes. So although the impersonal feature of the Absolute is an expansion of the rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not need to take care of the impersonalists to enter the Brahmajyoti. Yeah, Krishna does not personally associate with those who are in the Brahmajyoti. He personally associates with those who enter the spiritual planets. He personally associates them in his various forms of Lord Vishnu or Lord Ramachandra or himself, Sri Krishna himself. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarva jagad avyakta murtina. In my impersonal feature, I pervade this entire universe. Thus, the avyakta murti, the impersonal feature, is certainly an expansion of Krishna's energy. So, the Brahman is Krishna's energy. That's how he's all pervading, omnipresent. Mayavadis who prefer to merge into this Brahman effulgence worship Lord Shiva. The mantras referred to in text 29 are called Makhani Panchopanishadas Tavesha. Mayavadis take all these mantras seriously in worshipping Lord Shiva. Sorry. These mantras are as follows. 1. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Shantaye Mahadevaya Dhimahi Vidyaye Tanno Rudra Pratishtaye Prachodayadhritaye Aghorebhyastama Athagorebhyo Moha Aghorebhyo Raksha Aghoraterebhyo Nidra Sarvebhya Sarva Vyadhe Sarva Sarvebhyo Mrityave Namastestu Shuddha Rudras Rupebhyastrishna Vama Devaya Raja Jeshthaya Swaha Shreshthaya Ratye Rudraya Kalyanye Kalaya Kama Kala Vikarnaya Sandhinye Bala Vikarnaya Kriya Balaya Vridhye Balachaya Pramathanaya Dhatre Sarvabhuta Damanaya Brahmanye Mana Shoshinye Unmanaya Jvara Sadyo Jatam Prapadyami Siddhye Sadyo Jataya Ve Namaha Riddhe Bhave Ditye Abhave Lakshme Ne Nati Bhave Medha Bhajasva Mam Kantye Bhava Swadha Udbhava Ya Prabha Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Shashinay Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Abhayada Brahmadipatir Brahmanodipatir Brahman Brahmeshtada Shivo me astu marichye Sada Shiva Jvalinye. So it seems these are the mantras that the worshippers of Lord Shiva worship him with. The impersonal Brahman is unknown even to the other directors of the material creation, including Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, and even Lord Vishnu. This does not mean, however, that Lord Vishnu is not omniscient. Lord Vishnu is omniscient, but he does not need to understand what is going on in his all-pervading expansion. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that although everything is an expansion of Him, Maya tatam idam sarvam, He does not need to take care of everything. Na chaham teshva avasthita, since there are various directors like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Indra. So here Prabhupada is explaining how we can understand that Lord Vishnu also doesn't know what's happening in the Brahmajyoti. He's saying, well, he simply doesn't need to know it. He doesn't need to. He's here inside the universe. He's the Paramatma in the universe taking care of the universal affairs. He doesn't need to know what's happening in the Brahman, the Brahmajyoti. So that is what, you know, like Krishna, as Prabhupada is saying, Maya tatam idam sarvam. Everything is coming from Krishna. Everything is coming from him. You know. So of course he knows everything. And yet at the same time, if he wants to be aloof from something, he can be aloof from him. It's like if we are in our own home, we know where everything is kept, but there is some part of the house we want to neglect. We don't want to like look particularly into it, then we can neglect it if we want it. It's our house anyway, right? At least that's
Not
how I
know.
understand it.
It
Huh?
not know also means that he doesn't get involved. He knows, but
Yeah, he
then he
doesn't
doesn't get
get
involved,
involved. That's right.
right?
That's a good way. Yeah, that's good. Doesn't get involved. Yeah. Kamadvaratre purakala garadi aneka.
कामध्वरात्रि पुरका
Puraka Garadi Anika
Bhuta druhasha patayastutaye natatte.
भूतदृशक्यतस्तुतयेन तत्ते नेत्रे
Yastva antakala idam atmakritam swanetra.
यस्तु
Yastu
अन्तकाले इदम् आत्मकृतं स्वनेत्रः
Vani swalinga shikaya basitam naveda.
बहिः स्फुलिङ्गा शिखया भसि
Prasitam
भवेत्
Naveda.
When inhalation is performed by the flames and sparks emanating from your eyes, the entire creation is burnt to ashes. Nonetheless, you do not know how this happens. What then is to be said of your destroying the Daksha Yagya, Tripurasura, and the Kalakuta poison? Such activities cannot be subject matters for prayers offered to you. Since Lord Shiva considers the great acts he performs to be very unimportant, what was to be said of counteracting the strong poison produced by the churning? The demigods indirectly prayed that Lord Shiva counteract the Kalakuta poison, which was spreading throughout the universe, because the other demigods were not able to do it. They needed Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu wanted to give the glory to Lord Shiva to do it. But Lord Shiva doesn't say, see, I did this, I've done this, I've done that. That's what we do. We'll do one thing and then for a full life we may keep on telling people, I do this, I did that. Lord Shiva, he does it and, doesn't like speak about it, doesn't care about what he's doing. In the sense, doesn't want to kind of brag about it. Yeah. He considers great acts he performs to be very unimportant. He's going to save the universe by drinking the poison. He's not, but he doesn't go around saying, I saved the universe, I drank the poison, otherwise, where would you have been? We have the tendency to do that, right? But not the devotees. Yatve Atma Rama Gurubir Hridi Chititangiri.
Ye
Yetvat Atma Rama Gurubir Hridi Chintitangiri.
Dvandvam Charantam Onmaya Tapasa Bhitaptam.
Dvandvam Charantam
Charanam
Maya
Tapasvitattam
Kathanta Ugra Parusham Nirantam
Kathan
Shmashane.
Katanta
Ukta
Ugra Parushani
Parusham Nirattam Smashane
Tenunam Utim Avidam Stavaha Talajjaha.
Tinunam
Dim
Autim Avidam Tabahat
Stavahalaja.
Exalted, self-satisfied persons who preach to the entire world think of your lotus feet constantly within their hearts. However, when persons who do not know your austerity see you moving with Uma, they must misunderstand you to be lusty. Or when they see you wandering in the crematorium, they mistakenly think that you are ferocious and envious. Certainly, they are shameless. They cannot understand your activities. Lord Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. It is therefore said, Vaishnavare, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vigyena Bhujaya. Even the most intelligent person cannot understand what a Vaishnav like Lord Shiva is doing or how he is acting. Those who are conquered by lusty desires and anger cannot estimate the glories of Lord Shiva, whose position is always transcendental. In all the activities associated with lusty desires, Lord Shiva is an implement of Atmaram. Ordinary persons, therefore, should not try to understand Lord Shiva and his activities. One who tries to criticize the activities of Lord Shiva is shameless. So the demigods are saying that an ordinary person cannot understand Lord Shiva's activities, and thus they may misunderstand and in that way be offensive. That is what Prabhupada is also saying. But Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav. Sometimes we are not able to understand why a Vaishnav acts in a particular way. Like for example, when Lord Shiva was sitting with Parvati Devi in the assembly, all the sages were surrounding them. And then Chitraketu laughed. And then, of course, Parvati Devi got upset at him and she cursed him. So we cannot understand. Lord Shiva is a great personality. Mm. Certainly, said he's the great topmost Vaishnav. He's celebrated everywhere as the topmost Vaishnav. Any comments?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Lord Shiva is topmost Vaishnav and he is pure devotee as well, right?
Yeah.
Of Vishnu, like Krishna.
Yes.
So, and
Huh?
as
I'm sorry,
Prabhupada,
what you said?
yeah, as
He's
Prabhupada
topmost
mentioned,
devotee like Krishna. I'm sorry, I didn't
like
understand
not
what
like Krishna, of Krishna.
of Krishna. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not like. So
Yeah.
Prabhupada was mentioned like if you pray to devotees or if you offer the sevas and everything to devotees, pure devotees, then Krishna will more happy, like happier, right? If you
Yes.
pray
Yes.
directly, so rather than that, if you will pray or if you will give your seva to devotees, then it will more effective, right?
That's right. That's right.
So in that case, if we pray Lord Shiva, then there is no mistake, right?
Yeah, very good. If you're
Okay.
praying to Lord Shiva for pure devotional service, to engage us in service of Krishna, that's very good.
But we should like ask for devotional, devotion, not for lusty desires, right?
That's right.
Okay. Like no, like our pray to Shiva is for like give me pure devotion of Lord Krishna,
Yeah,
like that,
that's
right?
right. That's right.
Like not like that, like give Bangalore rupees or gadi or something like that. Or
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
Mm. And you was mentioning like Shiva and Shadashiv. So I think like there is difference between Vishnu and Krishna, right? The same difference between Shiva and Sadashiv.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello, Hare Krishna. Yeah, it also
Hare
mentions that Lord Shiva is a direct representative, right? Lord Vishnu. So that's why I think he's worshipped now, Lord Shiva, by so
Yes.
many people. Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Tatasya tetsa dasato parata parasya
Tasya te
Tatasya
sadasato
Satyashitu Parat
paras
Parashya
parata parasya
nanja swarupa gamane prabhavanti bhumnaha.
Nanja
Nandya
Swarupa
Swarupa Gamane Pravanti Bhum
Brahmadaya kim utasam stabane vayam tu.
Brahmadaya kim utasamstavanne vayam tu
Tatsarga sarga vishaya apishakti matram.
tatsarga
Sarga
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 vishaya
Vishya
api shakti
Shakti Matram.
matra.
Even personalities like Lord Brahma and other demigods cannot understand your position, for you are beyond the moving and non moving creation. Since no one can understand you in truth, how can one offer you prayers? It is impossible. As far as we are concerned, we are creatures of Lord Brahma's creation. Under the circumstances, therefore, we cannot offer you adequate prayers, but as far as our ability allows, we have expressed our feelings. So here the demigods, because they are accepting their inability to properly glorify Lord Shiva, to properly understand his glories. They're like, oh, we are created by Lord Brahma, you know. You are so glorious, what we'll be able to understand you. Etat param prapashyamo
Etat param
Prapashyamo
prapashyamo
na param te maheshvara
na
Na
param
Param
te
Te
maheshwara
Maheshwara
mridanaya hi lokasya
Nitanaya
Nitanaya
lokasya
Lokasya
vyaktiste vyaktakarmanaha.
vyakti
Vyakti Vyakta Karmana.
karmana.
O greatest of all rulers, your actual identity is impossible for us to understand. As far as we can see, your presence brings flourishing happiness to everyone. Beyond this, no one can appreciate your activities. We can see this much and nothing more. When the demigods offered these prayers to Lord Shiva, their inner purpose was to please him, so that he would rectify the disturbing situation created by the halahal poison. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.20, Kamesteste Rita Jnana Prapadyantya Devata. When one worships demigods, this is certainly because of deep-rooted desires he wants fulfilled by the mercy of those demigods. People are generally attached to the worship of demigods for some motive. So here Prabhupada is pointing out that here the demigods are glorifying to Lord Shiva so much because they want something from him. What do they want from him? They want him to drink the poison. And that's the reason they are come here to glorify the Lord, to glorify Lord Shiva, to please him. Like we heard how Hiranyakashipu was offering the prayers to Lord Brahma. He wanted to please him so that Lord Brahma could give him a benediction. Shri Shukavacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Tad Vikshya Vyasanam Tasam
Tadvikshya Vasanam Tasham
Kripaya Bhrishapiditaha
Kripaya
Prisha Pidita
Sarvabhuta Suhritdeva
Bhuta Shurta Deva
Sarvabhuta
Idam Aha Satim Priyam.
Idam Aha Shatim Priyam.
Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued, Lord Shiva is always benevolent toward all living entities. When he saw that the living entities were very much disturbed by the poison which was spreading everywhere, he was very compassionate. Thus he spoke to his eternal consort Sati as follows. Shishiva Vacha
Shri Shiva Uvacha
Aho Bata Bhavani Etad
Aho
Pata Bhavani Etat
Prajanam Pashya Vaishasam
Prajanam
Prajanam
Pashya
Pashya
Vaishya
Vaishasham
Shiroda Mathanodbhutat
Shiroda
Mathanod Putat
Kalakutat Upasthitam.
Kalakutat Upasthitam.
Lord Shiva said, my dear Bhavani, just see how all these living entities have been placed in danger because of the poison produced from the churning of the ocean of milk. Asam prana paripsunam.
Asham Prana Parisham
Sunam
Vidheyam abhayam hime.
Videyam Abhayam
Abhayam Hime
Etavan hi prabhor artho.
Etavan
He Prabhor Artho
Yadina paripalanam.
Yadina
Yadina
Paripalanam.
Paripalanam.
It is my duty to give protection and safety to all living entities struggling for existence. Certainly, it is the duty of the Master to protect his suffering dependents. Prane sve pranina panti.
Prane Sve Pranina
Panthi
Sadhava shana bhangure.
Sadhava
Sadhava
Shana Bangure
Bangure
Padda vereshu bhuteshu.
Bhatta
Adhavereshu Bhuteshu
Mohiteshva atma mayaya.
Mohite
Mohitesha Atma
Maya.
Mayaya.
People in general, being bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always engaged in animosity toward one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary lives, try to save them. This is the characteristic of a Vaishnava. Para dukha dukhi. A Vaishnava is always unhappy to see the conditioned souls unhappy. Otherwise, he would have no business teaching them how to become happy. So, para dukha dukhi. A Vaishnava is most compassionate. He doesn't like to see the suffering condition of everyone. And that's why he wants to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. In materialistic life, people must certainly engage in activities of animosity. Materialistic life is therefore compared to samsara davanala, a blazing forest fire that automatically takes place. So a forest fire, nobody goes to the forest to light a fire, but by the action of the wind, the heat, the fire just starts. Similarly, here in the material world, because that's the nature of the world, there is suffering, like a blazing forest fire. Lord Shiva and his followers in the parampara system try to save people from this dangerous condition of materialistic life. This is the duty of devotees, following the principles of Lord Shiva and belonging to the Rudra Sampradaya. So Prabhupada is saying those who are coming in the Rudra Sampradaya, it is their duty to give Krishna consciousness to everyone, following in the footsteps of Lord Shiva. There are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, and the Rudra Sampradaya is one of them, because Lord Shiva, Rudra, is the best of the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Indeed, as we shall see, Lord Shiva drank all the poison for the benefit of humanity. So the compassion, Srila Prabhupada is pointing out here the compassion of Lord Shiva. And he's appealing to everyone to be compassionate to others, especially those who are coming in Rudra Sampradaya. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. We'll stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for